You put on there the walking trail, so that's where
Because I didn't know. I just did a quick search. You were the one driving.
Welcome to our new series where over the next 14 days we will be road tripping through Europe to visit some of the most iconic Christmas markets. And along the way, we will try local wines, listen to the sounds of music, make our very own apple strudel, see a proposal, and overall just have a great time.
Are they good?
He sure is. Oh my gosh. Cheers.
Cheers. All right, so the adventure continues for us here in Austria. We have just checked into our hotel in Salzburg, and it's pretty exciting. I love this town. It's a little small. The hotel has a little bit of a boutique-y feel to it, but all in all, we are going to make our way into the old town, check out some Christmas markets as always, and just drink and eat and have fun. So let's go. So something kind of cool about Salzburg is kind of how it's built here around this mountain, and there's like a castle up top. And to get from the hotel over to the markets, like I said earlier, you have to go through the tunnel. And it's cool because they have a tunnel right here for vehicles, like the bus is going under, and then they have a tunnel for pedestrians and bicycles. We should do a little horse ride, Taylor.
Actually, just thinking that.
All right, we got our first Glühwein here in Salzburg. They don't have formal
Mugs.
mugs.
But these cups do say the market on it.
No, this is a very dark red Glühwein. It's actually almost like a purple color.
Wine can be purple.
No, I know, but like most of the time, I feel like it's like a pretty red.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as
And like clear,
deep,
almost.
like a deep. It's like a.
I understand what you mean. I might have to put a glove on to hold it because it's so hot in the paper cup.
I was thinking the same thing.
Well, I'll try it first then. It is really hot,
And
but
that's why I didn't try it yet.
believe it or not, this is probably my favorite red Glühwein so far.
Wow.
Because to me, this tastes very fruity.
Okay.
To me, it almost tastes punchy. I don't know about you. You got Glühwein, right? Yeah. Still not gonna try it.
No.
It's not that bad blow.
Cools down fast
Okay.
because it's cold outside. Look,
All
at,
right,
look at me
let's-
all bundles.
Keep moving. Looking for them pins, huh?
Yeah. I wanted something a little smaller to collect from places, and I had started collecting stickers a while ago, but the only thing with the stickers is if like it fills up on whatever it is that I'm putting stickers on, whether it's a laptop case or a cup or whatever, or like if the cup breaks or if I get a new laptop or the case breaks, whatever. And I haven't gotten my pin book yet because I only have a couple pins so far. I've been trying to start getting little figurines. Uncle got me these little dolls from South Korea whenever I was a kid, and I loved those. And I still have them on the shelf, even though we haven't been there yet. So I try to collect little things like that.
We need a picture.
Here, you go first.
Come on, turn the cross up. Make sure your cup says what we are. Where we are.
Hello. Hi. Glühwein? What?
Look excited when you turn around with it. Look here, look here, look here, look here.
Have I hurt you? Don't be silly. Acting! Brilliant!
All right, second Glühwein from the market here, and we've officially got a cup, and this is special. It is the Salzburg Christmas Kindlemark.
Chris Kindle, not Christmas Kindle.
Did I say Christmas?
Yes.
Yeah, Chris Kindle. So
Twins with the mugs. Does that one taste different?
this one's very different. So I think Tyler was right. I think at the first one they must put some type of like fruit juice in there. With theirs, this one is very much, I don't say basic, but it's definitely more red wine, maybe with some spices and less added fruit juices, because it's not as sweet.
Okay.
Nonetheless, though, it's still pretty good. I'm kind of wondering if they don't have any white Glühwein here at this market. Everywhere so far
might not.
has only had red. Now I need to find some food. Why can't I embarrass myself?
You go right ahead. You do whatever you want.
Bacon and cheese. So we have come to the first place that we're gonna get food, and it's at the Residenzplatz.
That we're gonna get food. The food I can see you holding in your hand.
Right, I got it already, which I believe is just like pretzels.
Pretzels und Bier.
I got pretzel and cheese.
Okay.
Bacon and
Pretzel and cheese.
I got pretzel and cheese, bacon and cheese, yeah. It's really good. The problem with theme parks sometimes, because we come from Disney World, you get a pretzel and it's like hard, it's been sitting there all day long, overcooked. These are still perfect. They're nice and soft, great flavor. They're not like overly salty.
Feed me.
I think it's really good. And it's a great pretzel to share. It's huge.
It is huge.
Yeah, so.
Fuji.
Well, I wanted to get a bratwurst, but they are sold out. So I went with the Salzburg original Bosna, which I have no idea what that is.
Me either. Is there onion on that?
There is onion, I think, and some seasoning. Might be curry. It's actually really spicy. Mustard. 2 little sausage wieners. It resembles a hot dog, consisting mainly of bratwurst, sausage, onions, and a blend of mustard and/or tomato ketchup with curry powder. Bosna is made with white bread and is usually grilled briefly before serving. So I guess it's technically like a bratwurst,
Yeah.
but they're 2 smaller, like hot dogs. I was right. Curry powder, mustard, and the onions. It is pretty good. I like that the bun also is toasted. Gives it a nice little like soft crunch in there. The Bosna is good. And I also found my first Weiße Glühwein, which is the white Glühwein. It's not as sweet. It's a little bit drier. I mean, it is still good. But, well.
So I found a place with some toasties, basically some prosciutto and cheese on some, I think it's like a wheat bread. This is very good, by the way.
Tyler's over here. He is going to get a deer sausage or a wild Bosna. So that's the special kind of thing here. At this little stand, which is kind of tucked in the corner, they have mulled cider.
Oh.
So I wanted to try it.
Hot.
God, is it hot. But it is really good.
Nice.
Deep contemplation.
it's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's like,
You can see the
You're
steam
too
coming
far
out.
away.
it's almost like
For us to hear.
it's not gamey, but it's like a thicker broth where it's like the contents feel heavier in it. It's really good.
Taylor, where have we found ourselves?
We are in a carriage. We're going for a little ride around Salzburg. Yeah. Can I do a hot chocolate and a waffle?
A salted caramel espresso, please, and a cone.
Oh, look at that!
Thank you so much.
If you guys like it, I would be so happy to get a Google review.
Oh yes, oh we will, we will.
Absolutely.
Let me explain real quick. So, I guess maybe it was when we were at home. Tyler found a little waffle place in Vienna that served coffee and waffles. We did not have time. We did not have time to go there. When we were riding in our little horse and carriage last night, we drove past this little Nur coffee and we're like, oh my gosh, coffee and a waffle cone. So here we are, first thing getting our coffee and a waffle cone. Mine's actually hot chocolate though.
Pretty good hot chocolate?
It is tasty, yes. And you know what actually makes the hot chocolate better is the chocolate on the waffle, a little extra chocolatey. You just have to be careful how you hold it at the beginning because it's like so close to the edge because it's like an actual waffle folded up.
I got something different. So Tyler got a double espresso and it was looking a little weak. because it didn't fill the whole cone. So I was like, I gotta get something to fill the cone.
So you didn't technically get the waffleina.
I did it.
A little different.
I did it for the content.
Okay.
Because I don't particularly care for caramel. But what I will say, just like Taylor said about the cone and the chocolate, it actually adds to
the flavor.
Yeah. It's really good. Yeah, it's really good, surprisingly. I really didn't.
Because you don't like the caramel part.
Yeah.
You like just like a black coffee or espresso.
What I will say, it's our first kind of creative coffee on the trip. Not that like this was something that we were coming for. So on this journey that we've been taking across Europe, Tyler has had his mind set on the Irish pubs.
On the pubs.
Are they open? It's an Irish pub. Is this the door?
But we're not. We're not in Ireland.
While our first coffee was quite good, we needed another pick-me-up. So we got a double espresso, or a double Americano basically, from this really cool place, Darwin's Cafe Bar. This would be a really cool place to come back for like cocktails later on or something like that.
I was reading some of the drinks on the menu in there. They look good.
Yeah, it has a very cool vibe in there. So continue exploring.
It's snowing now too.
It is. Oh yeah, it is snowing now. It's probably can't see it because it's not coming down super hard and like
thick,
but it is adding to the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So we're coming in and exploring our first cathedral on this trip, on this road trip. We've obviously gone past quite a few in the other cities, but this was kind of the first one we just decided we'd come in and check out.
Well, they're not always open too, so.
Right.
We sometimes, if they're closed, we would have to like backtrack to get back to where they are, because we did want to go into the one in Vienna, but it was closed when we were there, like in that area. So this kind of worked out perfect today, this being open when we walked by to go to the bathroom.
All right, the first time on this trip, we're going to be doing a little sit down. Well, I guess we've already done sit down, but we actually made a reservation to sit down for lunch. So you get something that's a little less Christmas marky kind of fried food-ish quick stuff. But before we do that, we wanted to come back over here to the bridge with the locks, which we're going to walk by and get like a little bit more of an in-depth explanation, I think, when we do our little city walking tour. But we got locks. Caitlin and Tyler got one, and Taylor and I got one, and we rode on them, and we're gonna put them on the bridge.
You should come put your hand on the lock too, and we'll take a picture of it.
Okay. Aww.
Here?
Sure. There we go.
It's on there. Now, we didn't put like our anniversary or anything on there. We put today's date of when we're putting the lock on the bridge. I'm not really sure how to say the name for sure, but it's this tiny little restaurant. Apparently, once upon a time, Mozart lived here. It is Zum Eulenspiegel. But it's really cool in here. We were looking for something. We don't really have a lot of sit-down restaurants booked for this trip because we're eating a lot in like the Christmas markets and cafes as we walk by. But last night we kind of decided maybe we should do a sit-down meal. So we were going to do it for dinner tonight, but we have a cooking class later, so we were like, let's see what we can do for lunch. And this is what we come up with.
The bread has arrived, and it is a salt paprika butter, I think. And it looks like it's very spreadable. Are you going to try any?
Yeah, I'm going to have one little piece. It's good. Yes. No? Oh, I like
Tyler's
it.
not a fan?
I've noticed something the last few days, looking at the restaurants and menus of places and stuff. Paprika is very popular. Like a popular spice for almost everything.
This region.
Yes, for this region. Very popular. But this is very good butter. I actually could probably layer it on there a little thicker. It's good. Oh yeah.
It might just be the paprika in there. Like it's pretty intense. our drinks just came out, and I always think it's kind of unique when you come into a restaurant, especially in a different country. Like, everything's a little bit different. So, I did not get any water, but I got a classic Coca-Cola Zero Sugar.
In a bottle. Glass bottle.
And I love how it actually has like the Austrian flag on it. And then I also ordered a glass of Riesling, and what's kind of different is it comes out in a little carafe here, and she gave me the option of small, medium, or large, which is really threw me for like.
I wish we would have been recording when you ordered your drink.
How many
hilarious.
restaurants have you ever been to where they say, would you like a small, medium, or large glass of wine?
At least in the U.S., none. You get one option.
Exactly. So it's kind of cool. I guess this is basically, I got a medium, which is 2 glasses of wine, because this looks like probably pretty close to like a regular pour.
Yeah.
And then I have a whole nother pour in here. So, you know. But yeah, kind of cool. And Taylor's got a bottle of still. So if you don't know this, many restaurants here don't serve like tap water usually. Usually you're going to get in a bottle.
Yep. This is all for me. We've done these wine tastings and such recently, and
Oh, it is a good Riesling.
That's
It's
it.
not,
Can I try it?
yeah, it's not like very sweet, and it's not very dry. It's a good Goldilocks Riesling, I think.
Ooh, it smells real good.
Yeah, it's really good. The food has just arrived. Yeah, there's not gonna be any room.
Huge. Yum. That's what I need, though.
So Taylor's got beef stroganoff with.
No, I do not.
Nope, sorry.
This is veal goulash.
Veal goulash
And
with
spatzel.
Yes.
Yes.
It does look really good.
Yeah, it does.
Tyler and I got the Wiener Schnitzel,
That looks fantastic.
potatoes and cranberry sauce. He skipped the salat. And then Caitlin has got the
Filet.
filet.
Oh, yeah.
They say that's a good way to eat Wiener Schnitzel. This is probably some of the most rich, like, gravy sauce that I've ever had, and it is so good. I will be getting my spatzel in there too because it is very tasty. This is a huge portion though. There's no way I'm gonna finish it. This is a lot of food. Cut very easy.
Tender. Breading's good. I do really love that zest of the lemon in there as well. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think if you're like a little worried about, you know, what are you going to eat, you're not very exploratory maybe with your palate, the Wiener Schnitzel is a good option for you. And it's pretty safe, I think. I think you'll really enjoy it. It comes with potatoes and the salad. So, good option.
Oh yeah, the butter looked so delicious on top. It's perfectly cooked for me, and the crust on this is delicious.
You put so much sauce with it too.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
A good bit of sauce.
I love the vegetables and the potatoes on the side. I think it's a perfect meal.
Seems like they've cut the veal real thin. It's very light, very airy, and that citrus from the lime makes it real good. And the cranberry sauce too on the potatoes, that's good.
How's that bottle of water doing?
Aw, man.
Still some left, it looks like.
Well, because I eat so much food, there's just not enough room left for the liquid.
How was the food though?
Food was fantastic. This was a great choice. We kind of saw it when we were walking by last night, but I was just like, there's no, like, it's going to be full, or maybe they're only open for dinner or whatever. But Josh was able to snag us a reservation, and I am very glad because this was so good. I am going to think about that sauce at a later date because that was very, very good. And I know it was just a salad, but the dressing that was on it was so good.
While we wait for our tour to get started, because remember we are doing a walking tour here in Salzburg, we did not know, or maybe we did, I don't know, but there's a whole nother like little market over here. It's much smaller than what was over on the Old Town side. Taylor said it's on the Wonderlog, but look at this. It's all about the mugs, guys. It's all about the mugs.
That's what it is about for us.
So this one is a €3 deposit. So if we bring it back, we get €3 back. We're probably not going to get that back.
I'm keeping it.
Probably going to keep it. What I have found to be really interesting is that some places having the white glue vine and the red glue vine, and I was really thinking like white glue vine, and so even though I can read the board, which clearly doesn't say Weiss glue vine anywhere, I still asked for it. Of course I don't have it. But All right, so we are doing our second tour, and this is the second time that we're doing a guru walk. So we had a really great time the first time, and we've got another one here where we're going to get to explore a little bit of Salzburg by foot. Yeah, it's kind of neat. It's cool. It doesn't cost you anything necessarily up front to book it, but again, they do expect you to tip at the end, or they provide a good service, and you know, help move that forward with them. So we're pretty excited. Hopefully it's not a super big group, but you never know. Let's go. Maybe this way or that way. I don't know.
Came here together with his sister and gave concerts for Prince Archbishops.
So I'll say that this is so far pretty good. Now I will say one other thing though, is that it is sometimes difficult to hear your tour guide because it is a large group and you don't have you know, the earpieces, I guess, to kind of hear what she's saying. But you know, I think if you just kind of stay close and listen, you can hear what's going on.
Welcome to my palace.
How about it? 300 years old are the stairs? So the stairs that we just climbed, she told us that they are 300 years old, and kind of the significance behind where we're at in the palace here, a little bit of like the guy who had it built, but also because Mozart came here, right? Salzburg and a lot of Austria, really a lot of the history I think that most people are interested in has to do with Mozart. You know, Mozart was such a, you know, pivotal figure, maybe I guess you could say, of not only just music, but of culture throughout Austria and really the rest of the world. So, you know, they really lean into a lot of Mozart and the things that he had created a lot of influence for.
You can choose, you can chocolate or salt, okay?
I'm going to take a salt.
What do you want? Salt or ball?
So I'm excited to be warm for a little bit, but we have some little aprons on now because we're at a cooking class. We're learning how to make some type of cookie today, I believe, and apple strudel, which I'm sure Josh is very excited about.
One thing I think that's really cool about this place is it's all built right into the mountainside, which is pretty cool. Water's included, but they also have some extra drinks that you can purchase as well. So if you're coming in and you do want something a little extra, spice it up.
So this cooking class was really cool. We got a full demonstration on basically the whole kind of process. Now, the one thing is, like, you're obviously not going to get to make the dough because there's just not enough time to do that. But they do walk you through this whole process, which was really great, and we really enjoyed it. And essentially, like, once they finish giving you the demonstration, you go back to your table and then begin to prep all of the ingredients and start the process here. And we had a lot of fun. Now, we booked this with the four of us in mind, thinking that we will have this table all to ourselves, and it was great because we did. So it was just the four of us here at the table making our apple strudel. And I actually really thought that this was pretty interesting, how this is our dough that we just rolled out, and now we're going to like make it basically the size of the entire table. And you do that by just literally stretching it. I mean, like, it is really wild. It's so cool.
We do. We put enough raisins in here?
It's fine.
2 tablespoons. I don't know. I don't like raisins that much. He did it much more gingerly.
Well, he does it like every day.
Yes, it's true.
I like this
Wait
part.
a minute here.
Oh gosh, you just gotta go for it.
You have to commit.
Now, once we got done with our apple strudel, they put it into the oven to cook. They also taught us how to make these cookies. Pretty simple ingredients. Again, not something that we got to do, which was physically make the dough. That's stuff that they have to take care of beforehand because there's just not enough time. But it was cool. Another thing, too, that was cool about this class was that it also included dinner. And we had this beef goulash, which was really great. It was fantastic. Tasted awesome. And then, of course, afterwards, you get to have the dessert, which is your apple strudel and the cookies.
Told me, don't wear your wool. They're gonna be sweating later.
In the car.
And it is colder today than any other day. And I did not wear my wool. Frozen.
Watch, we'll get up here and there's gonna be a nice big parking lot at the top of the steps.
There might be, but I just put it into the map, and that's where the map said. We may have parked at the lower end of the trail, but while you're walking, you'll see that there's a bunch of signs, or not a bunch, but there's at least all of these, which will direct you
turn.
in the direction of where to go. So it's kind of hard to get lost.
It's a little cold. Josh said, oh, it's a 1.2 kilometer hike. Easy trail, easy trail. It's been straight up the whole time. Easy trail.
Classic Instagram versus reality.
Oh, yes, it is.
I mean, actually, you can see a little bit of the mountains up there.
Oh, yeah, you can. This is also the difference of coming in the winter versus like a warmer time of year. I was hoping that mountain was gonna pop back out again.
And then there were two. It is actually a really nice trail, and I'm sure in the summertime it's even more beautiful, but right now some of the trail is icy and it's wet and it is dangerous. So Taylor stayed behind and Tyler we're walking up the rest of the way, and I don't know where the actual end is at. Wow. Can't see much, but still pretty cool. Car just drove on that road right there. Could have saved ourselves a walk. Wasn't too much further from where we left Taylor at, and we've made it. There goes another car. On the dash it says that the speed limit is 100 kilometers.
No freaking way.
Look at that.
Big Daddy, why don't you just do this from the start?
Yeah.
You didn't even have to walk.
Christ
Oh my
almighty.
gosh, look at it.
You can see our little footprints from earlier.
For real?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at that mountain view.
And the sun's out.
And look at, oh my gosh, we're gonna get such a nice picture with the mountain behind
the
us.
Von Traps are home. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, you can literally drive right here. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me?
Okay, Tyler's right. It was paved.
I'm pretty sure if Joshua would have just done a little more research.
You put on there the walking trail, so that's where
Because I didn't know. I just did a quick search. You were the one driving. I can't believe we went hiking through the freaking...
What? You're hiking in the Austrian Alps.
You know what? I was happy to do that little hike this morning. Get a little exercise in after some sitting in the car.
But I think what's really cool though now is that
go take their picture for them.
Is that we can see the castle up here. Yeah, go down there and take their picture, Taylor. We can see the castle here now, which we weren't able to see earlier when Tyler and I were up here because it was just so foggy, it was so cloudy. It was hard to see. And I mean, look, it is a really great view here. You can say you still started the trail and you made it to the top.
I'm just gonna say I hiked the trail.